Yo, what is up, guys? We are back today, and we're going to be looking at a breaking news. Came out a couple days ago about Cody Ko. If you guys don't know who Cody Ko is, he's a huge YouTuber. He's a commentary guy, been around for a few years. Some allegations came out about him. We're about to watch those allegations. Let's see what happens. This whole video is by D'Angelo Wallace. He sums it all up. So let's go right into this video.
All right, Cody, let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Someone has been alleging for years now that you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube, knowingly committed a crime against her when she was a minor. But YouTubers and viewers alike are ignoring and discrediting these allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mongeau. And you know that people are ignoring this because nobody is working harder to bury the story than you. And you're getting away with it because commentary YouTube has a serious problem. I can't blame any of your...
I think this video came out a few days ago. Let me look exactly. 7 days ago, like a week ago. And since then, I think there's like been a bunch of YouTubers that have already made a bunch of videos on this. Specifically, I think like the biggest one was like Penguin Zero. This whole video got like 2 million views. I think Penguin Zero's video got like close to that much too. A few million on that one. Like, it's gotten pretty big at this point, and I don't think he can hide from these allegations anymore. Let's get back into it.
Or viewers or my viewers for not hearing about this because you've done such a good job hiding it up until now that I only found out about it recently. The situation has been talked about by smaller channels, it's been discussed at length on other platforms, and it keeps almost hitting the mainstream, like with this Rolling Stone article or this H3 podcast discussion. But the reason it hasn't caught on yet, despite all of this, is that none of your friends, nobody on your level, nobody in the commentary niche with enough pull is willing to admit that this situation makes you look terrible.
A lot of people like him a lot, and they really are like doing any kind of mental gymnastic to just ignore it.
I'm not here to accuse you of committing a crime in this video because I can't do that based on someone else's allegations. Nobody can definitively take these allegations as proof, but at the same time, they should still be looked at and not treated as an open secret and swept under the rug like you've been doing for so many years now. And from the
Yeah, I don't think you could just like take allegations at their words. I'm betting he has some evidence to back it up, but like I'm pretty sure Tana Mongoose has talked about it too. Tana Mongeau. I forget how to say her name specifically. It used to be Tana Mongoose.
The way the situation keeps
That used to be a big name for her back in the day.
Popping up more and more often, it's clear that there's only so much rug sweeping you can do before people start taking a closer look at things. So let's take a closer look. We both know that Tana Mongeau...
So with like the whole rug sweeping thing, is he just like deleting all the comments on his like videos and all that stuff, or is he like talking to people in the background saying like not to talk about it or something like that? I'm guessing he's gonna talk about that too, but like if it's anything like that, that would be pretty bad for him.
Mongeau is a YouTube personality with a history of lies, controversy, and genuinely problematic behavior that's become so entangled with her brand that her podcast is called Cancelled with Tana Mongeau. And speaking of this podcast, about a month ago, she hosted a live episode in front of an audience, and the conversation turned to you.
Who's the smallest you've ever had sex with? Oh my god, did no one look at me? Cody Ko.
Damn, she got him. He's part of the Tiny Meat Gang, boys. If you guys don't know, that's actually what his band is called. His whole like music group is called. It's funny. They make funny music, but like he got called out for actually having tiny meat, bro. He's a Tiny Meat Gang, bro. I guess that's why he created that name.
This clip started making the rounds and people were understandably perturbed because if Tana Mongeau was 17, you would have been 25. So people started speculating
that is not,
and Tana decided to set
that's
the
not
record
good.
straight.
I hooked up with Cody Ko when I was 17 and he was 25.
She claims that not only were you fully aware of her age at the time, but someone even tried to stop you and you went ahead anyway.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a playlist live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up.
To be
Damn. So he was told her age when he was 25. He got pulled away to the side and he still went back for more. That's some degenerate behavior if that's true. That's some real degenerate behavior if that's true. Damn, this Tiny Meat was talking for him. Allegedly.
Clear, 17 is under the age of consent in many states, including Florida, where Playlist Live used to take place. So this means...
Yeah, I mean, if she wants to press charges, she might be able to. I guess it would be like a he said, she said type of thing.
Means that Tana Mongeau is accusing you of statutory rape, and she's not trying to hide that.
This isn't just some crazy
That's
tea.
not good.
It was a crime.
Nothing would make this situation better, but plenty of things make it worse, like the fact that she was a fan of yours at the time, adding an additional layer to the power dynamic you would have had over her.
I grew up loving him, and I think you know what I mean? Like, I was just like excited and a fan.
Tana seems to have many feelings about this, which we'll go over a bit later, but she stated very clearly that the actions she's accusing you of are inexcusable.
If I had a 17-year-old daughter or a little sister or something, like, I would kill.
I would never let it fly.
These recent
Oof. She's even. Oof. Cody. Ooh, that's not good, buddy. These are bad. This is bad, hombre.
allegations are bad enough on their own, but there are a couple of things that make them worse still. Things that many people don't know yet, but you do. You know that Tana has been making this same specific claim against you for years now. Here she is back in 2021 saying the same thing.
I was 17 at the time, 18. I started kind of hooking up with other people. Shout out JC Kalen, shout out Cody Co.
But what lends the most credibility to Tana's claims, and what is really the most damning thing for you,
Whoa, she said 17 or 18, right? Like, in that clip? I mean, it's still bad, but like, was she 17 or 18? Like, that needs to be cleared up. Is it definitively 17, or was could she have been 18 at the time? Because she says that specifically right there, right? Am I wrong about that?
Cody, is a clip that you might not have even seen yet. See, I read the Rolling Stone article, I watched the YouTube videos about this, and they all missed something. And I understand why. The clip I'm about to show you is extremely hard to find. The original has been lost to time, and it's a wonder we have this on video at all. But if there was anything to give me any more clarity about these allegations before I formed my opinion, I was going to find it. Remember how Tana said that fellow YouTuber Gabby Hanna tried to stop you before everything allegedly went down? Well, did you know that Gabby is actually on record telling the exact same story several years ago?
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know, I know she like looks a little older, she's underage, watch it. And he's like, oh my God, thank you for telling me. And then he turned that.
This is real.
Ooh, the dude got told. If that is about him, then he got told what age she was. And then he went, he said, thank you very much for telling me. And then he went back. Oof. That's not great. That's not good. Oh, no.
Really,
They got
really
him.
bad.
Ladies
People
and
make
gentlemen, we got him.
accusations all the time, specifically regarding things that are very difficult to prove or disprove, unfortunate as that may be. But when somebody makes an allegation and they say they have a witness, and that witness can be found telling the exact same story years before any of this came out, that's not something I can just ignore. In a situation that cannot be proven,
Yeah, that clip is really bad for him. That clip of Gabby Hanna, oof, that's really bad for him. It's really bad.
corroboration by a third party goes a long way, and frankly, Cody, the allegations against you seem to have been corroborated. But instead of researching to find these answers like I did, many of your fans seem far more interested in attacking your accuser.
I have seen so many comments, but what was she wearing?
It's Tana, so who cares?
Well, it's Tana Mongeau.
The reaction to
Okay, you can't say that. She was 17, dude. You can't just say what was she wearing. She's a 17-year-old girl. You're a 25-year-old dude. You should have known better. That's like literal like apology for rape. That is literal.
This has
rape
been
apology,
unsurprising but incredibly disappointing. Demanding proof that they know she can't provide, acting like she's only doing this to gain clout or ruin you somehow, despite the fact that she's never once put your name in a video title over this. Or worst of all, implying that a 17-year-old could have truly consented to any of this. But let's be clear about one thing. That is not the case. No amount of retroactive age
100%.
calculations or what-if scenarios change the fact that what Tana described would be,
Wait, what did that
objectively
say?
speaking, case. No amount of
This narrative to me is so insane. How is 17 years, 364 days, a child, but 18 years as an adult? So 1 minute, it's R word, but the next minute is not. That's how it works, buddy. You got to deal with it.
Age calculations or what if scenarios.
That's how it works. That's how it works. You got to deal with that.
Change the fact that what Tana described would be, objectively speaking,
maybe control your tiny meat, bruh. Maybe control that.
Crime. A crime which you've said absolutely nothing about. And even if this wasn't illegal, you remember being 25. You would have known then, as I currently know at age 25, that nobody this age should need an explanation for why.
Yeah, I'm 26, okay? And that's just like, that's insane to me. That is just absolutely wild to me. I would never even think that way. Like, geez.
A 17-year-old is.
And I'm a 26-year-old.
Because you remember being 17 too. Now, thankfully, Tana's personal.
I literally thought that way when I was a high school senior. I knew a guy in high school. I was an 18-year-old. I knew a guy who was an 18-year-old. The dude was dating a 15-year-old. And I thought that was creepy. Like, it's just like he was a senior with me, and he was dating a 15-year-old who was a sophomore, and that was creepy to me. This is even more creepy. This is like, you're 25, dude. You gotta know that's not cool. You gotta know 17 is not cool.
Experience with this isn't one of trauma. In fact, I've seen people defending you by saying Tana said she doesn't care, so why should any of us care? But that's not exactly what she was saying.
I don't associate or hold it with trauma because I am such a comparative person where I'm like, so many worse things have happened to me.
And even if something isn't consciously internalized as an identifiable source of trauma, the body keeps the score.
I know things manifest in ways other than me directly feeling them. Like, maybe I don't feel traumatized in certain aspects from certain things, and other things I do. But, you know, maybe they just manifest in ways other than directly feeling.
The answer to why any of us should care is that a person has tried to come forward about her experience and has been met with the most vitriolic victim.
Facts. Like, you just believe any nasty slang with a gaper that says whatever, I guess. She seems like the cliche party girl who gets wasted drunk doing whatever drug a guy will give. I can't read. Doing whatever drug a guy will six her free. Sleeps with anyone who will give her attention and then like regrets it later. Like, this is just victim blaming. Like, come on, dude.
Blaming I've seen in years. She's been dismissed, discredited, and disbelieved before anybody ever gave her.
These like comments are just not great, dude. They're just terrible.
Chance. Because it's Tana, which sets a horrible precedent that if a person runs out of goodwill, they lose the right to come forward with their experiences.
The most traumatizing thing of all of this really was seeing how many people like don't believe people or don't believe me. I feel so bad for all of these young girls because then they see that and then it makes them not want to come forward.
And you, Cody, are part of the reason she's been met.
Yeah, that's not great. Like, just because she's got like a bad history doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to her about like some serious allegations like this. It's not great victim blaming like that.
With this reaction, your status as one of YouTube's golden boys has made it possible for you to ignore a situation that almost anyone else would have had to respond to by now.
I know for a fact if you swapped out Cody Ko with someone that like people didn't like that much, I would be receiving so much more sympathy.
I find your silence on the situation to be uncomfortable.
True.
Because I know that
I think it's been like 7 days since this whole video came out. 7 days, I think. Yeah, July 14th. It's 21 now, 21st. Like 7 whole days, and I don't think he's still responded to any of this. He's just been very quiet on this. That's kind of not good. That's not good.
If Tana's allegations are true, then silence would be your only option, since telling the truth would be tantamount to confessing to a crime, and lying would put you at risk of being contradicted by a witness. And like I told you at the beginning, I'm not accusing you of committing a crime, but even if what Tana says is false, your silence is still grossly incompetent at best. Why are you choosing the path that would be your only option if you were guilty? Now, some seem to think that you're not obligated to speak up, and maybe that's what people around you are telling you as well. But from one creator to another,
yeah, you have to speak up, especially if it's like this big. You just kind of have to. I think that, like, in the beginning, you said there aren't like that many creators that made videos about this, but at this point, I know Penguin Zero and Moist Critical's made them. Some ordinary gamers gotten them. There's some other big creators that have already made videos about this. I'm pretty sure he has to respond at this point. Like, it just kind of has to.
You absolutely have an obligation to, at the very least, call out the misogyny, the victim blaming, and all manner of cognitive dissonance that's coming from your audience in the name of defending you against allegations that you're too cowardly to address. And to be clear, this is cowardice, because you demonstrate it whenever there's controversy afoot. Tana's further claims make it sound like you're terrified.
I said something about it online and it was starting to surface, and he texted me like, are we good? And was like, I said, yeah. And like, he was like, my wedding's coming up.
You do have a history of making bad choices when you're terrified of people finding things out, like your history of using slurs.
5 nigga, 6 nigga, 7 nigga, 8 nigga, 9 nigga.
There's more clips than that.
I mean, to be fair, that's not. It's just a word, bro. Just I don't know.
But the reason most people are blissfully unaware
all say
of them
gamer words
is
every
because
now
you
and then.
posted your vague apology, not on Twitter, not on.
Well, every now and then we all say a gamer word. You know, dying Call of Duty. F word might come out. F slur might come out. You know. It is what it is.
But on Patreon, despite acknowledging in your apology that the clips were surfacing on Twitter. This is one of many examples of your poor handling of controversy. Not many people know that you've already lost fans over an eerily similar topic. You used to frequently feature and promote your college friend Colby Leachman in your videos, until it came out that during your school days, Leachman's university put him on probation for, as a United States District Judge would later put it, the non-consensual videotaping of a sex act with another student, showing the video to other people, lying.
That was your friend. Oof, that's not good. That was your friend. 2 students who participated in non-consensual videotaping of a sex act with another student and therefore showed the video to other people who lied to the police about the video, and who, even under their own version of the facts, behaved horribly to Miss and at least one other woman.
Lying to the police about the video
great.
And behaving horribly
That's your
to
best
that
friend.
individual.
That's your
and at
best
least one
friend.
other woman. To make matters worse, the woman in the video also alleged that Leachman drugged her before the recording and that she hadn't actually consented to anything at all. You had this man in your videos. You were telling us to follow him on Instagram, and at some point you did wise up, so he's no longer part of your content, but he still seems like he's very much a part of your friend group. From the continued hangout since then to inviting him to your wedding just last year, people are under the impression that you're best friends with someone who, at best, out since then.
Oof. You invited him to your wedding, dude. Dude, and you took pictures with him and posted those pictures? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You can't do that.
To inviting him to your wedding just last year.
Invite him to the wedding, but don't be taking pictures like that with him. And don't post them.
People are under the impression that you're best friends with someone who
at least crop them out of the pictures.
Who, at best, committed an illegal sex act and at worst is an alleged rapist. And no matter how many times people rediscover this information over the years, you refuse to say anything at all. You could clarify this, but you won't. But now your cowardice has reached a new low. You've tried speaking and you've tried silence, and now you're choosing censorship. On your YouTube channel, where you've been pumping out content nearly,
I don't think he necessarily needs to speak up about like a guy that's in his friend group. Like, I mean, distance yourself from him, but you don't necessarily need to make a whole video or apology. Like, I was friends with this guy. Like, if you find out he did something bad and you distance yourself from him, that's cool. You don't really need to make a video, though. I don't know about that one.
Every day now, I couldn't find a single comment on your last video about this situation. Not even one. Comparing that to the comment section on your Instagram.
Yeah. Seems like he's He's going in there and probably got like a whole group that's like probably got like a whole agency that like monitors all of his comments. Probably takes out all the bad comments. He probably isn't doing it himself, right?
Where every single comment I saw was about this. It's clear that
I mean, if he's got like a group that's doing it for his YouTube, they probably would be doing it for his Instagram too, right? It might just be him doing it on his YouTube, honestly.
you're heavily censoring your audience on YouTube. But surely you must have realized
not a good
the
look.
limits by
Either way,
now,
it's
since
not a good
people
look.
have just transferred the conversation over to your wife's channel. The fact that her comment section is overrun due to your decision to stay silent about this should be all the proof you need that that decision was wrong. At this point, your silence and censorship are a response with disturbing implications. The only thing that I've seen this hidden portion of your audience asking for is the truth. So why aren't you telling it? And you're
at this point, like, you have to address these allegations. You got to do something about it. Like, if you got some evidence that like this didn't happen, or this is all wrong, come out and say it. But like, you kind of just have to address it when it gets this big, my guy. Or you have to. You can't just like, you can't run away from this. This isn't like that whole CSGO Lotto thing with like Syndicate and T Martin back in the day, where like Syndicate just didn't talk about it. Like, this is a big thing that's gonna follow you for a while. You're gonna have to talk about it.
silence isn't the only one that's bothering me either.
All these Reddit threads, like if my name's on any thread, it's all getting deleted.
I witnessed the heavy-handed moderation of your subreddit in real time as I researched this video. I would refresh the page and posts would suddenly be unapproved by moderators after racking up hundreds of comments, removed because they could, quote, instigate drama, or more commonly, just locked and or removed with no reason given whatsoever. I'm sure whoever is doing this thinks that
your Reddit mods are doing that? It seems like Reddit would be the place where it's like they would just completely allow these types of comment. It seems like they would be the mods for Reddit would be the ones that are pushing these types of comments. Reddit seems like that type of
they're
place,
helping you, but you should
it
probably
looks
tell
bad
them that
for
they're
them
making
right now.
things look 10
It's real
times
bad.
worse. But it's not just your moderators, it's your friends and fellow YouTubers too. It's no coincidence that with the exception of the H3 podcast, I haven't seen a single channel over 1 million subscribers do so much as acknowledge that this situation
it's not true anymore. It was true like before you made this whole video, but it's really not true anymore. And H3 is like a huge channel, right?
exists. And
But
I'm
he
not
doesn't,
talking
like, have
about
that great
channels
of a
that never would
reputation
have
on
discussed
YouTube
something
anymore.
like this either.
So,
I mean the same
yeah.
channels that were rightfully calling out people like Dr.
True.
Disrespect for
True.
texting a minor, which are the same channels that are now
True.
completely ignoring a scenario with an even bigger creator being accused of doing something much worse. You can't say it's because the
is Cody Ko bigger than Dr. Disrespect? Is he? I don't know. I think the Doc is bigger. He's been around longer, and I think he's just bigger.
allegations are unconfirmed
Might not
because
have
the
more
channels that I'm
subscribers,
talking
but
about
he
discuss
doesn't-
rumors all
He didn't really upload on YouTube. He uploaded a lot on Twitch. That was his whole thing.
the time, and
Or
this
stream
video
on
is all
Twitch.
the proof you need that there's still plenty to discuss even without making definitive statements. The general public may not know about the situation, but I promise you anyone who's online enough to run a YouTube channel does.
The amount of people
Absolutely.
in this
Everybody
industry who
knows
like
now.
want to protect him and are like talking to me in a way where it's like they, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I mean, like, I like Cody Ko. I used to watch his videos all the time, but it's like I don't really care that much about the guy anymore. Like, these allegations are pretty they're pretty bad, honestly. Does not seem chill. He does not seem like a chill dude. It's not really passing the
or even
vibe
just
check
friends
with
like,
that.
but I love him.
The community's
You know?
silence on this has been so
not really
staggering
passing
that
the vibe
people are
check
now
for me
saying that
anymore.
commentary YouTube is a boys' club, aka a male-dominated space that mistreats women while enabling and protecting men. And the truth is, Cody, whether you're guilty or not, you are being enabled to ignore this and protect
Yeah.
it from having to
Gotta call this
respond
out.
as an act of
Call this
misogyny
out,
towards
boys.
Tana Mojo. We both know
He's
that
gotta
on our side of
respond.
commentary YouTube, any man can easily elevate himself by dunking on misogynists in his content content and espousing a generally feminist viewpoint. But if that viewpoint turns to silence the moment a situation is no longer cut and dry, then that viewpoint was a brand strategy, not a belief. The misogyny that we should be discussing is right here in the community, yet the only thing I'm hearing is a bitter, hollow silence, one that you have the power to end. I said it in the beginning, I said it in the middle, and I'll end with this. One person's testimony does not give me the right to accuse you of doing anything illegal, but I can point out the facts. It's a fact that you and Tana were around each other during the years she specified, as seen in your uncomfortable collab videos, which are still online. It's a fact that Gabby Hanna has made claims
that was not good
that seem to corroborate Tana's allegations against you. And it's a fact that you were suppressed.
That Gabby Hanna clip, that's not a great clip for him. That's pretty, I mean, like, if it's true and if she's talking about him, kind of sounds definitive.
Your audience's knowledge of these allegations by censoring your YouTube comment section. These things may not prove Tana's allegation, but you better believe that they contextualize them.
It looks a lot. It looks really bad.
Need to address, and you still have every right to address this even now. If you have a side of the story that we're missing, then tell it. If I have my facts wrong, say something. Nobody should ever be denied the right to tell the truth, no matter what. I'm sure we can all agree that everyone should.
Has he responded yet? Let's see. Cody Ko. Has he responded yet? I mean, it's been 7 days since this video came out, July 14th. See if he's responded. Cody Ko on his YouTube channel. No. It's really slow. Funniest waste of money ever. No, that was a month ago. His last video was a month ago. He hasn't responded at all. No. It's not great. It's not great. I mean, it's not great for you, Cody. Not great for you, my guy. Well, that's gonna be it, boys. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. Bye.